Okay, Antonio Cairoli, obviously another week of testing with the US side of Ducati. What did you work on this week, and do you feel like you made progress?
Yeah, basically this week we tried to find out what was the problem of last week racing and try to make it better. This little thing that we find that with the electrical problem. Electrical was actually was a stupid thing. Something really easy, a little connector was not really on a right place, let's say. But yeah, I mean, we are here also for discover things. Also with the heat, bike gets different temperatures, different problems come. But we are happy to figure it out this thing, and yeah, now we are ready for another race. Good week of training. Also discovering those practice track around. It's funny, and yeah, we are happy.
Do you feel like you could do it more time with the American side? Like, are you only now just starting to make some progress, and it would be a shame to go home?
Yeah, I mean, with factory connection, we have a good feeling. We are on the same direction. Actually, the changes that I've been asking to Ducati for a lot of time already, since last year, basically, Arnhem, and we went here and we go immediately that direction. So, but which is normal. I mean, Ducati was busy to develop the stock bike, let's say, and to sell it. So the priority was this, not to create a factory bike to race. But I know actually was already which one was the direction, and here we can concretize, let's say, and make it happen quickly. So actually, I'm happy. I was right to go this direction, and also with them. Good feeling with the technician here, and I think I will have more time to come back and forward, to test for them and try to make things better.
Is there any chance you do another outdoor race this year? Even a little bit of a chance?
Yeah, I think there is a little bit of a chance. Also, I mean, this SMX thing, if you can qualify in top 30, can be also a thing, The SMX is without books.
It's true.
So, I don't know. It's just coming to my mind this week because I see the standing and I'm like already probably 42 or 43 with just one moto, and top 30 can access the SMX. So why not? I mean, you never know.
What about the nations? I feel like you could be in the mix for that.
Yeah, I express my will to race, of course. Every time I've been racing, I've been also MXGP in front of the guys. So, but I know also Federation is really for young kids, and try to make this maglia azzurra thing, So I respect both sides. I give my, will to race, so we will see.
Last question, deep question. You retired at the end of 2021. Did you realise that maybe that was too soon? When you got into 2022, the years after, did you look back and go, I wish I'd kept going, or maybe I wish I could have been able to keep going?
Yeah, exactly. I think there were some pressures, around here and there to make this decision. Of course, I made myself in the end, but I think if I could be a bit more, mentally was also a bit tired, from the format at the MXGP. So this also was a good choice, to stop. But in the other hand, I say probably, I could be in the fight for some more championship. So in the other hand, I was a bit like biting my fingers. But it is how it is. It's like this.
It is funny. Like 2021 was insanely deep, and then the next year you were gone. Jeffrey was hurt. Looking back, that was a great opportunity.
Probably I was unlucky with that 2018 title also, because it was the best of we ever see Jeffrey Herlings riding. And it was tough to beat that year. And the year, I mean, every time after was something happening, and that year was like super clean and everything. So I think was my best year also, because I trained so hard that year. The speed was unreal, but he didn't make any mistakes. So
I've never heard you say that. That's actually quite crazy to hear.
It's nice. I mean, I think I was 2017. I win. I say 2018. We need to go for full practice and full training. But me and Jeffrey were on another level that year compared to the rest. And I was the year that he also didn't make any kind of mistakes, because after that, here and there, he's lacking a bit of results. But I mean, this is how it is. It's part of racing. That's it.
Okay, Malcolm Stewart. So far, this outdoor season compared to last year, maybe a little trickier. Any particular reason for that? Is it maybe last year was just about learning and now you're trying to achieve a little more, force the issue maybe?
I just think we got a really stacked field, right? Everybody's been riding really phenomenal, you know, outdoors, and I learned a lot last year and trying to really put that into this year. And, you know, we had a couple of setbacks, you know, like Paula, and then, of course, Mount Morris and things like that. So we had a few setbacks, but overall, you know, besides those 2 races, I feel like I've been doing all right, you know, and we're just learning a lot, right? So everything I do is I'm still taking into, you know, hard racing and things like that, never give up. And same thing like I was this year, and I never gave up, and I ended up maybe getting on that podium and stuff like that, you know, obviously for Supercross. So just going to keep gritting and having fun, right? Just enjoying it. We got guys like, you know, outdoor MXGP champ, Cairoli, come over. He's been, obviously, he knows what he's doing, and we had a few guys, RJ Hampshire, to move up. So there's the field's stacked, but I think it's just overall good to be racing with these guys and learning.
After the crashes and whatnot, are you 100% at the moment?
Yeah, I mean, now I feel a lot better. It took me the last week or two. It's been since that crash at Mount Morris that kind of set me back a little bit. But, you know, again, we're just trying to get better, and we're going to go race hard tomorrow and then go to Washougal and have that 2-week break, and hopefully we can hit the reset button and come out swinging for the last 3.
Where do you see your weakness at the moment as far as outdoors goes? Is there something with a bike or even yourself that is a glaring problem?
I would just say maybe a little bit of combination of both. Not necessarily, you know, being too comfortable on the track, but then also too like not helping with the starts too. So that can take consideration, riding over your head and things like that. So you know, for me, just get up there, get a good start, and just see where you fall at, right? You know, and that's kind of what I was doing this year in Supercross, and it got better.
Look, I don't want to start going down this road again,
no.
But you just mentioned starts, and in my head I'm like, wait, have I seen you at all off the start in outdoors?
Probably not.
I don't know if I have.
No.
So what can we do about that?
That's a work in progress, dude.
Still?
It's still a work in progress. So I mean, we've gotten a little bit better, but not enough to show on paper. So I got to get up there.
Does stuff you do to improve starts in Supercross carry over to outdoors, or is there no crossover?
Not really. For me, just because like majority of the time we're starting on a paddle tire, things like that, and then it's a lot softer out in front of the gate. There's the Supercross is a little bit more hard packed and things. So yeah, no, I started getting my starts down to Supercross, and then we went outdoors and we went backwards. So we got to change it up, maybe change some internal things up and technique, and kind of go from there.
Last thing, without giving away too much, for 2026, are you no longer stressed about finding a home? Like, is that all sort of tied away?
No, we're still stressed. We're still
really?
gonna stress all the way to the end. I mean, you know, it's one of those situations we're trying to find a legitimate hard deal. But
it's July.
I haven't seen any other rumors out there, have you?
I just presumed that by now you were going to go, yeah, I can't tell you, but we're looking good.
Put it this way, am I sleeping a little bit better at night? Yes, but it ain't done until it's all the way done.
Jeremy Martin, first things first, how's your prep coming into this? Hangtown, were you maybe more banged up than we all realised, or have you been pretty solid on your programme?
I mean, I was a little banged up after Hangtown for sure. I mean, I was moving pretty slow. Took a little bit, but I came back to Minnesota, was helping mom and dad just working on the facility, doing stuff. And then I got back to riding a little bit, and then I went down to Star after Southwick,
yep. And
then I got back on the bike. And so I've been on about 5 days on the bike, and I feel good. I actually feel better than I did before the season started.
Really? Why would that be? Can you point to a reason?
I just think more seat time, right? Like, obviously, once the body got a little bit healthy and whatnot, I was riding a bike that I have back here, and just seat time is seat time, right? Like, these guys are the best in the world, and to come from not riding, you know, not doing starts, to guys that are in the under the gun every week, every weekend, it's tough.
Looking back, this whole experiment, are you happy you did it? Are you happy you jumped in and committed yourself the way that you did? Any regrets?
I have no regrets whatsoever. I mean, I didn't know if the opportunity would come. They obviously have 8 250 riders.
Yep.
4 of them were injured. I'm doing a VIP gig. I was content. I was kind of like ready for the next chapter in life. And they said, come ride the bike. I rode the bike. Who says no to riding a Star Yamaha? You know, and
I heard you were very, 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 very fast.
Yeah, it was pretty fast. So, I mean, anybody in my position would have done the same thing, right? Like, and then what a way to get closure on your career, and just to see the pace, right? Like, we're all adrenaline junkies at heart, and we enjoy being under the gun every Saturday and seeing what we can make the best of every situation, right? So I'm so happy I did it.
You say you've got closure, but is there a chance for the 450 Kawasaki calls you at some point and you stare at that thing and you're like, well, maybe one more?
Yeah, I don't know about that. I mean, I'm not saying no. Like, I've never done like Mammoth.
Yep.
So that'd be kind of cool, or maybe a vet championships, or a local race here or there. Or I've never been to Canada. Maybe I go to a Canadian National.
Yep.
But I think for me right now, I'm ready for just to enjoy life and ride my dirt bike for fun. And if I feel great, we go race. If not, I'm not under the gun. I'm not expected to do it anymore. So
do you care about results at all this weekend? Like, okay, tomorrow night I'm stood here saying, oh, you went 19-19. Are you just going to go, yeah, but it was a fun day?
I mean, I'm kind of I'm a little bit of a pessimist, right? Like, because we're all athletes, right? And I would have liked to have done better than 19-19, but at this point it is what it is, and it's kind of coming back for me. I'm just grateful that Bobby Reagan, Loretta, and Brad from Star were able to give me the opportunity. And I'm going to give it my best foot forward tomorrow. And, that could be 19-19. Or maybe it's a whole shot. And maybe I lead some laps. You never know. But I'm going to be an opportunist out there tomorrow. And every time I line up and I'm on that gate drop, I'm going to give it my all.
Mikkel Haarup, I spoke to you after the race last week, so we don't need to talk about Red Bud. We know all of that.
Yep.
So, first of all, your season so far, 6 rounds in. Give me a grade for how you feel this has gone so far versus your expectations.
What grade? What scale is it?
A+ to F.
I don't know that scale.
What scale would you like to use?
1 to 10. That's
Okay.
I understand 1 to 10 because
Okay.
in Denmark we do from like 0-2 to like 12.
Okay, so we'll do 1 to 10.
Okay.
But on your scale, is 1 good or is 10 good?
10's good.
Okay.
The more the better.
Okay, so now 1 to 10. We're happy to follow your lead here, make the rider happy.
8 or 9.
That's quite high.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it should be. You're
sound
knocking on the door.
inclined
No, I just thought that maybe you'd be like, 7, I want to win races and blah, blah, blah.
100%. 100% I want to win races, but that doesn't take away from being realistic. What we came in with, and sort of just being realistic. Really, I think I couldn't have done it much better.
Yeah, I agree.
It's not perfect. It's not perfect, and that's why I didn't give it a 10, right? But in my opinion, it's been great progress every weekend. Potential for even more healthy. Got my first top 5 last weekend, so successful. I think that's the word to use in this first 6 rounds.
How have you managed mentally being like the rookie again? Being the guy who doesn't know what to do, who to speak to, where to go, what time, which is complete opposite of you in MXGP, who knows down to the second how to play the game.
Well, it's different when you have, I don't know, 5-6 years, whatever. I don't know how long time I've raced pro, but when you've got that experience, it helps a little bit, right? You're not really a rookie, so that'll be a bad excuse if I said I was. But
in some ways, you're stood here and you just have no idea.
That is true.
I'm not talking about the racing
I'm
side.
like, what time are we going? I don't know.
You even just said to me, "Can I do an interview? Because I need to go."
Yeah.
And I had to tell you
I'm
you're
worried.
fine.
I don't want to miss it. I don't know.
That's fine.
I haven't seen the track yet.
This interview is the main attraction of press day. Your riding is second.
I will say I appreciate a little bit of track time today.
Okay.
Yes,
So
it will help me tomorrow.
Okay, so that's you telling me to stop.
Wrap this thing up, buddy.
I only had one more question for you anyway. MXGP versus AMA. What would you like? What do you think AMA can take from MXGP and the other way around?
The catering. But again, then it's a lot of money for one night, one day, sort of.
But still, we can do a little bit more.
Sure, you could do a little bit more, maybe a little bit more structure. Generally, just around in the tents and sort of. But I think Europe could benefit on learning the American way of prepping tracks.
Okay.
I know it's quite a hot topic, and we don't want to upset people in Europe either.
Because you are going to go back at some point, so.
Yeah, but that's I can look people in the eye and be honest, because it's just being honest. But Americans are really good at prepping tracks, and obviously because they prep tracks a lot, we don't do that in Europe.
Okay, well, playing the other side. Are they good at prepping tracks? Because all of their tracks are loamy and kind of the same. Like, is it the fact, like, if you sent them to Teutschenthal, is it just the fact that you can't do much more with Teutschenthal?
See, I would love to see. I would love.
Yeah,
to
I don't know
see,
how it would go.
I would love to see a swap around on the, the prep guys.
Yep.
And then see the outcome.
Yeah, Redbud would become slick, hard pack.
Well, you don't know. You don't know. That would
Yeah.
be fun to see, and then bring the Americans to Teutschenthal and get them to prep the track and see how it turns out.
I think it comes down to more like the tracks here. You've got the room to do whatever you want.
Like a prep track showdown. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay, we can try and do that if you want. I don't really
If
have.
you can if you can make that happen,
Look,
I'd love to see it.
I know
It'll be an
that
attraction.
I'm your hero. You idolize me, but I can't make everything happen. There's a limit to my capabilities.
Okay, so you're saying it won't happen?
Probably not.
Okay.
But I should probably let you go and ride. So great interview.
Yes,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Max Vohland, so far I feel like a solid season for you, but maybe a little more to come. Redbud was a nice step back in the right direction.
Yeah, the last couple of weekends have been kind of a battle for me. I've just been fighting bike setup and just feel a little bit, and just also handbrake a little bit on outdoors. It's a little bit tougher than I thought at first, so just been fighting a few things, but I finally just, went out in the last moto and just pretty much sent it, and I was able to run my normal speed. I feel like get back to almost my normal level. I've been kind of been behind a little bit, so I've just been grinding steady and slow, and just been building, trying to be better every day and every weekend, and we finally got something that I'm a little more comfortable with, and just something that I can call more home, and just be more, able to ride like how I want to ride at the race.
Would you think that the handbrake would be easier to get adjusted to outdoors and indoors? I feel like, in my mind at least, that seems logical. Are you surprised it's gone this way?
Yeah, I feel like it seems that way, but at the end of the day, we go so much faster on outdoors than we do Supercross. And Supercross, you can use the berms a lot to slow your speed down, just with cutting down turns and stuff. So, at first it was a little bit tougher, and it's just a lot harder on my arms and hands and stuff. My hands get tore up every weekend from using two levers on one side. So, it's a little bit more of a learning curve than Supercross, I'd say.
Do you feel like you're going to be a handbrake lifer now? Like, have you gone in that direction and you kind of have no intention to go the other way?
Yeah, I actually rode the test bike we had at club, and it had the foot brake on it. I just rode it just to feel the bike, and I can't do the foot brake. Like, I couldn't feel the brake. I was locking the bike up when I didn't want to. So until I get feeling back in my foot, if it happens, for sure I'm handbrake for life.
Last thing, you mentioned setup. Is outdoors maybe where you notice the difficulties of not being on a full factory team? Is that maybe where it shines a little more of a light on power, setup, all of that sort of stuff?
Yeah, a little bit. I feel like at our team, the Supercross base we have is really good, and it showed, because our results were definitely a lot stronger in Supercross compared to outdoors. And then when you get to the 250 side outdoors, power really comes into play, and just kind of everything. And I have a great mechanic that has definitely helped a lot, Mohead, and we've just been building, just been grinding. But it's definitely, I feel like it's a little bit harder. The base that we started on was a little bit farther off than it was for Supercross.